So if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, over the summer I watched the two Kingsman movies in preparation for this one because it was supposed to come out over the summer. And then, of course, it got pushed back again. It was supposed to come out in 2019, which is like before I even started this channel. This movie was supposed to come out. It just keeps getting pushed back, and pushed back. So we haven't seen it in a long time. But you guys know that I really like the Kingsman movies. I think the first one was really, really good. I think I give it an A+. It was fantastic. And I liked the second one. I didn't love it, but I did like it quite a bit. And I had high hopes for this one. I was really excited about it. So I went to a midnight release of it and was incredibly, incredibly disappointed. The King's Man was released in 2021. It was written by Matthew Vaughn and Carlo Gajusek, and directed by Matthew Vaughn. No spoilers, but the general idea is it goes to the beginning of Kingsman. It goes to World War I, and we have Orlando Oxford, played by Ralph Fiennes. And he is basically a father, is kind of his big thing. He's a father who has a son, and he doesn't want his son to go into war, but his son really wants to go to war. But the main issue here is that World War I is a danger to Britain, it's a danger to America, it's a danger to everywhere. And so the Kingsmen have decided, they're like, we're gonna form a group of international, whatever, spies, basically, which, as you see in the Kingsman Secret Service and the Kingsman Golden Circle. It basically, they start that up, and they trick people into getting the United States into World War I so that World War I will end and it won't destroy Britain. Because they got Russia. It's complicated. It really is complicated. Which brings me to my first point, which is this film is way too complicated. Like, first of all, it is not complicated at all except for the history of it. The history of it is very similar. It's just World War I, right? But it's their idea of how it started. And the issue that I had with it was I didn't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care how we started World War I. I don't care how this universe started World War I. I don't care. I really don't care. But, like, that's not even the main issue. Like, it really isn't. The main issue is that it just feels silly. It feels really silly. And a lot of it is silly. I mean, it kind of starts off with this... Alright, it doesn't start off with this. It's an hour long. For the first hour, the majority of what happens is Orlando being like, no, Conrad, you can't go to war. No, Conrad, you can't go to war. No, Conrad, you can't go to war. For like an hour. And it beats it like a dead freaking horse. Holy crap. I just wanted them to stop. Like, every time Ralph Fiennes went on screen, I'm like, I bet money he's gonna say Conrad can't go to war. And he did every single time for the first hour. Which brings me to my second thought, which is, a lot of events happen. Like, individually, there are a lot of freaking events that happen over the course of this entire movie. It's intense. A lot of things happen. But it's so long. It's like almost 2.5 hours, and it feels like almost 2.5 hours. Like, it truly, truly does. And that's kind of a problem. Like, I like 2.5 hour movies. I think they're fine, as long as they don't feel like they're 2.5 hours. And I watched this at midnight after I got my booster shot, so I was starting to feel like I need to go home. And, like, it was not going well. I was supposed to film this yesterday, by the way. Like, I watched this on Monday. But yesterday I couldn't move. I literally laid in bed all day because I got my booster shot and I was feeling like death. This movie's bad. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's the worst movie I've ever seen. But oh my goodness, is it boring. Like, nothing exciting happens. There's only one good character, and that really is Ralph Fiennes as Rasputin. And he's just this weird, freaking crazy, fake, I guess, maybe real, preacher who is a big part of World War I, and he's just like this crazy guy, and he's really cool. Like, there's this whole fight scene that I thought was really, really cool with him. But the fight scenes never felt like a Kingsman fight. Like, the camera movement in the Kingsman movies is incredible. Like, it truly is incredible. The fight sequences are freaking insane. Like, this movie made me want to rewatch the first one, because the first one was good. And, like, I really, really do believe that the first one is extraordinary. And this one is very basic and very boring. Like, nothing good happens. There's nothing exciting. And by the end of the movie, I left and I was like, that did nothing to improve the other two movies, which is what a prequel should do, in my opinion. I think a prequel should make it so that these other movies are better, right? They should. Like, Hawkeye, for example. when I watch Hawkeye, I'm like, wow, that kind of made Black Widow a little better. Like, it really did. And I thought it was good. And this one just was like, okay, I'm never watching this again. And that's the good news. Like, it is a prequel, so it doesn't actually matter. It is part of a prequel trilogy. So we have a prequel trilogy, and we have the regular Kingsman trilogy. The regular Kingsman trilogy is what it is. It is the first one, which is the Secret Service and the Golden Circle, and the third one, which I think comes out next year, but it might be the year after. I think it might actually be 2023. I think. And then there's a prequel trilogy, which is this one, and then there's an end credit scene that I'm not going to talk about because it's spoilery, but it does set up the second part of this trilogy, which I'm not excited for. I think it'll be cool. I'm excited to see what they do with it, but I'm not excited about it. Like, I'm not anticipating it, I should say. I'm not waiting for it. I don't really care what's going to happen. We'll have to see in the future. But don't run to the theater to see this one. It's not super good. It is boring. Bring popcorn and a drink, because you're going to need something to do. I'm going to go ahead and give The Kingsman a D+. Have you guys seen The Kingsman? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it. I'm not going to be seeing this one again. I guess I'll probably pick it up on physical at some point when it becomes really cheap. But I'm not going to buy it on Blu-ray like right when it comes out. I have the other two on 4K, which makes me think I should get this one in 4K, but I don't care. Like, I really don't want it in 4K. It's not that exciting for me. I did not enjoy this movie. I really, really was hoping for something way better. Damn. Anyway, please consider subscribing because it's a huge, huge help. And 1 to 9 Eastern Standard Time on December 31st, I am doing a live stream from 1 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, as I already said. Show up for that. It's a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I got a lot of really fun segments for you guys, so I know you guys are going to have a whole lot of fun with that. So please consider joining me for that because I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. So again, please consider joining me for that because it'll be a whole lot of fun. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.